If you're not a fan, your children probably are. The Backstreet Boys are one of the hottest groups around, having sold more than 28 million CDs worldwide. Wow. Nick Carter is the youngest member of the group. He was raised in the Tampa Bay area, perfecting many of his performing skills right here.
28 Tampa Bay's Linda Hurtado spent a day with the hometown star, talking to him about his past here in the Bay Area and why he still calls Tampa home.
Come on in, everybody get in. Here, Chris, get on one side of him. Kristen, you look like your little son.
I am.
Why? What's wrong? Why are you stunned?
All this over a 20-year-old Tampa man named Nick Carter.
Oh my God. I'm like dying over this. I'm shaking.
What is that?
It's his autograph.
Who's autograph?
Nick.
Nick is a member of the Backstreet Boys, world famous, an honest-to-goodness teen idol. And he honed those skills where he grew up, right here in Tampa. A teacher at Miles Elementary School gave him a break, a starring role in the 1990 school play Phantom of the Opera. Nick was 10.
She heard about me being in a lower grade and me singing, you know, and she auditioned me for the part, and they made an exception for me to play the part. And really from that point on, you know, I was stuck with singing and acting, so I do owe a lot of credit to her.
Ms. Montez Dioca held on to the video and mementos of her young pupil for all these years because
he stood out. When we did the play, The Phantom of the Opera, he received a standing ovation, and there were people crying in the audience, and we just couldn't believe the way his voice projected.
St. Pete music teacher Mark Dye also had a brush with a young Nick.
He was 9 years old at the time, blonde, cute as a button, freckled, you know, blue eyes, not very big.
Dye kept a wealth of videotape documenting Nick Carter's growth and his history in Tampa Bay. A spot for the St. Pete Library.
We think of a theme we like.
A performance at the Tampa Bay Performing Arts Center. And performances at the Florida State Fair. Ironically, Nick's thirst for musical theater may have been making him anything but.
People looked at me kind of like an outsider. I was always doing different things like acting and singing.
Were you the popular guy in high school?
Not at all. Actually, I was probably the only guy in school that couldn't get a girlfriend.
So when did that start changing?
When I got in the group.
Nick moved to Orlando, where he hooked up with a couple of young men also on the audition circuit and a talent manager looking to put together an all-boy band.
Me and Howie and AJ had been involved in acting together and singing, so we were like, we were going to try it.
You stand there and walk around the stage and the round, and the fans scream continuously for like 15, 20 minutes before you even sing. What is that feeling like?
It's overwhelming, I guess you can say. It's kind of, you sometimes don't understand why they did.
Despite international fame, Nick Carter is still very much tied to Tampa. He owns a house here. He likes the food at Landry's. He's a big fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, this is Hardy. Yeah, Hardy. We love him, though.
In fact, you may often see him sporting a Bucs jersey. And he loves the water. His home on the bay is a piece of paradise he can retreat to when world-weary.
Now, there's things that have happened, influential things in my life that have happened here in Tampa. I owe my heart to Tampa, and I owe all my energy.
In Tampa, Linda Hurtado, 28, Tampa Bay News.
And Nick is involved in the community here. In fact, he hooked up with Brandon Ford and ABC 28 to auction off what may seem strange to you, a piece of his furniture, a piece of it for the benefit of the Tampa Children's Home. So if you'd like to own a piece of this signed couch, you can log on to our website at tampabaylive.com. We'll link you to the auction site. Remember, money raised from this goes to the Tampa Children's Hospital. And tomorrow night at 11, Linda will show us a day in the life of a pop superstar.